know where you're coming from and you know what you are about. You get what I say? If you don't have no plan at all, you don't know anything, like what you want, you're going to be dropping in somebody's plan. I have been there before at one point in my life when I never know what to do with myself. And everything people suggest to me, I will jump in it. And it never worked out for me now. It never worked out because basically I never know what I wanted. I was just there. You get what me I say? So you really, really have to know what you want. Sit down and say, what do I want? What do I want to achieve? What do I want to become of my life? You get what I'm saying? You have to start asking yourself these questions and then you start working towards it. What you have to say towards that, Jobless?
Yeah, man, you're hitting the nail on the head. You're hitting the nail on the head, you know. But yeah, you see now in life, what I learned is everything starts with the right attitude, you know. If you have the right attitude, you will that will make you rich in every way, regardless of how much education you have, talent, whatever religion, whatever you have, as long as you have the right attitude, that can make you rich. So that's where it all starts.
Yeah. Well said. You put that together nicely. You have to have the right attitude. What you have to say to us at Kenny Pop?
I like when you said, I didn't know what I want, because I realized that I used to always say, I don't know what I do want, but I do know what I don't want. You know what I'm saying? So I knew what I didn't want, but I didn't know what I did want. So in not knowing or not being decisive in what I want, I was opening myself up to receive anything that came my way. And then I realized I had to be more like I gotta know exactly what I want.
Yeah. You got to know. You got to know. You understand me? You got to know. DJ Champo, what you have to say towards that? All right. DJ Champo, mic is muted, so probably busy. Yeah, you got to know what you want and also set them goals. You understand me? Because
Subjuice.
you maybe be someone who is there, say, boy, I want to start a business, but you may not have the money to do it. You don't you have the idea, but you don't have the money and you don't have the resources. But the fact that you have the idea, I am telling you, that is just enough. Because once you see that thing that you want, trust me, and keep focus on that thing, you don't know where the help come from, where the first dollar come from, where the first
Yes.
help coming from, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And I see where it go because I
Hmm.
experienced that over and over. You get what me? Oh, Kenny Pop want to say something.
No, I
Welcome,
was
Noe
gonna say the
time.
fact that peace, goddess, peace, no wasted time. How are you, goddess? I was gonna say the fact that we have that idea means that a source exists for it to manifest. So anything that we can create in our mind, if we take the conditions off of how we are gonna bring it into the reality, it will work itself out. Most of the times it'll work itself out. You just think of it and put that feeling behind it and it'll work itself out for you.
Yes, 100%. It will work itself out because you have to know how to attract the power of attraction, right? You can't just say, all right, oh, you're visualizing it, oh, you want it to happen. But then some people, you're doubting yourself. You say it or you probably think it, but in the same you have doubt with it, it don't work. You have to even see yourself having it. You have to believe that you deserve it. Yeah, because once you start doubt, it's like nothing don't happen right there.
And that's seeing yourself with it and believing that you deserve it. That's the power right there. Because a lot of times we ask for things, but before we even get the ask out or before we command it to us, we already saw ourselves as not having it, or we've thought of ways to work against it or reasons why we don't deserve it, you know? So you got to see yourself with it and see yourself as deserving of having it, you know? And that's the power. That's the true power.
That's it. That's it. Grand Rising, no waste time.
Good morning, guys. I'm traveling, so for now I've got a good signal. But I just wanted to chime in and say, yeah, like that is everything. And, I started asking better questions. I started, really asking myself, what is it you really want? What is it you want? And part of that is, what is it you're supposed to be doing? Like, what's this chapter about, or what's the next assignment in life? And then it's once I have honed in on, like, this is what I want to do next, it's okay, what do you need? Like, what do you need? And I stopped I've changed even my asking. Like, when you send it out to the universe, that it used to be, well, I need money, and then I realized, nah, yeah, most of the time I need stuff. I don't care how it gets to me. Money's great. That's an easy way. If it comes to me in money, then I go buy the stuff. But, like, I need some stuff for whatever my assignments are, and, like, asking that from the standpoint of, this is what I'm supposed to do, and it's the universe's responsibility to provide everything I need to accomplish this goal or this assignment. And, like, it's changed, kind of, that ability to manifest. Like, I tease people, but I'm not teasing. I say it's just like magic. It just kind of shows up. But, like, that's my expectation. And because that's been my expectation, like, I've seen all kind of, it's random for other people, but, like, that's the magic in my life, when the stuff shows up. So
Okay, she have signal problem, and she says she's traveling, right? So we understand that. Yes, she's so much on point. Jobless, what's your input? Grand Rising, Empress Victoria.
I'm headed.
Like I say, life is
It's
an
still some of
To my
the
experience.
new
sound.
my part-time home now, and it was one of those kinds of things where literally I was like, what is it that I want a certain climate. I want.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Jobless, because
So
she's traveling.
even
So anyway,
even like what you're saying there, in life, every day you're having new experience, it's never ending. So sometimes the best thing in us can only be brought out by maybe the worst thing done to you. So every day different things happen in your life, and it to the experience we have already, it gonna make you understand more things, and even things that happened to you way back in the past and all, because of the experience. So that's why you have to always have that open mind and
yes,
try to experience what the other person is experiencing. Because sometimes we think we know. It's like me say one time I was in a position where I was giving to the people who don't have. And deep inside I thought I knew how it feel to be in their position. But I lived to be in that position where I was the one who need. And it's when I was in need
yes,
myself, I knew what they were really feeling and realized when I was giving, I never knew. And it's only in my experience. And those are the things which sometimes we don't experience both sides yet. We experience one side and only speaking from that only. So human experience, man, will make you rearrange or you look at things, and so it's a process life is.
It's a process. It's a process.
Yeah, and I wanted to reiterate on what she said about not asking for money because I say this all the time. When you take the conditions off, like if I want a bill paid, I don't need the money. I just need the bill paid. You know what I'm saying? So if I ask for money and I get money, I might not do what I'm supposed to do. But if I just say I want abundance, that means I want my bills paid, I want groceries, I want health, peace, strength, like if I'm asking for these things, I'm taking the conditions off of what I can receive and I'm opening my possibilities up to the entire universe, like she said, to deliver on everything that I command. So
That is
it's a
it. That
it's a
is it.
really it's a really good practice to not practice, to just practice abundance. Don't put a condition on how you receive
Don't put a
it.
condition on it. Yeah,
Don't put
yeah.
no conditions
Don't
on how
limit
you receive
yourself.
it.
Don't limit yourself. So true. So
Yeah,
true.
because if you say I want money, you'll never have enough. But once you
No.
start just saying I want my things done and I want my things taken care of, like she said, I want the tools I need to be able to do what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I want
Mm-hmm.
everything supplied.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
that's
a
not,
Mm-hmm.
that's non-conditional. That means that anything I need to have it here. I don't want to be out here looking and searching and begging and plead. No, everything that I need to do, what I need to do, it needs to be here at my disposal.
100.
that's the attitude we should have. Yesterday I experienced
100.
that. You know, I was holding a Medi, um, and I was also speaking over my life, my family life, my platforms in abundance. I didn't ask for one specific thing. Instead, I say I want my bill to pay, as Kenny Pop says. I would more say like my financial. You get what I'm saying? And yesterday was just a remarkable day. I'm telling you, remarkable day. When I see some things happening, I'm like, oh wow, but I didn't be specific. But look at that. Look at that. Everything was taken care of. You get what I'm saying? Yes, yes, yes. When you speak in the universe, man, I'm telling you, in abundance, things just happen for you. And that is how I do it. You get what I say? Like when I'm say praying then. I don't like, oh, I pray for jobless or Kenny Pop. I say I play from I pray from a platform, teach and learn, took off show. I cover everybody. I'm sending that energy over everybody. You get what I'm trying to say? I send that out for everybody. So if you're someone that is going to come on my platform for the first time today, you are under that umbrella as well. You understand? You're under that
And I
umbrella
like
as well.
when you
So
say
that's how I do it.
umbrella. It's the umbrella, you a covering, a protecting. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. 100%, man. It is just beautiful, when you get to know how the mind work, man. I'm telling you, man. If you are in a situation and you're not happy with the state you're in right now, trust me, you can change your reality. It's all change how you look at things. If you're in a relationship right now, right, and things is not going the way or you want it to go, you have two choices. You can get out of it or you can change. Trust me, you can change what is going on in the relationship that is not right and make things turn around. Work on yourself, man. Change how you see things. Stop pointing finger like this and look at the thumb finger pointing back as you. It's not about you changing the other person, but once you work on yourself, that's where everything start changes. Trust me on that one. I will listen from the
Because
chat.
once you
Take that
change
back.
how you see yourself, then you're gonna change how you see everything else too. So the more work I do on me, the less work and fingers I'll have to point, the less work I'll have to do on others, and the less fingers I'll have to point. I won't have to do no work on nobody else, but I won't have no more fingers to point either. So
Mm-hmm.
that self work is it's a full time job.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job. It's like I was telling someone, like the other day, they was saying that, boy, I don't think, I'm kind of lonely, I may want to, a man in my life or whatever, but I'm kind of scared because of what I've been through. I said, listen, what you gonna do, all right? You see, all the bad things that happen in your relationship, or how you see man and say man bad or man are the worst thing or whatever, you're gonna cut that out of your mind. All right? What you're gonna do right now, you gonna create that man in your imagination. Okay, you want that man to be loving to you, kind to you, caring to you, be there for you, be there for the children, help you run the house, a person that you can communicate well with, and all of that. All of that you must have inside your imagination. Don't involve the bad things because you don't want that. Only imagine
Mm-hmm.
that you want in your relationship. Beside the experience you had and what you've been through, don't worry about that. Just create what you
Mm-hmm.
want, the happiness you
Mhm.
want in your life. And that is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. And you know what? We were talking about this earlier. And I said, when I was thinking about the type of partner I wanted to have in my life, right? N- I wasn't looking for the characteristics of my partner. I wanted to become that person so that I could match that energy when it arrived, and I wanted to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to ask for a high vibration, but I'm at a low vibration. So when it comes to me, I can't receive it. Or if I see somebody that's high vibrational and I'm not their energy match, I can't align with it, you know? So what we need to do when we looking for a partner is be willing to become that partner that we looking for. Like, I need to be what I'm looking for so that I can attract it to me, you know?
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true as well. Because a lot of us we have high expectations of what we
Mm-hmm.
want, but
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah.
we don't fit in
We ain't
that. You
producing
know,
no,
so
you know
what
what?
you are
We
telling
ain't
man.
producing those expectations. Like, we have
No.
expectations for other people, but when it comes to us, the expectations don't be as high, you know? So they got to be highest for you.
Exactly, because
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
the saying that what you want for yourself, you must want it for others. It's going a while scale. In every single thing, the same principle should be applied. What you don't want for yourself, don't expect it from other people. You understand me? Do unto others, you like them to do unto you.
Yes,
It's on a wild scale, all
that's
right?
it.
The same
That's it.
principle applies. Trust me.
Yep. Because we
Jamlis,
ask for
maybe you could
partners
talk
who can
about how
provide all of our needs, you know? But we not looking for that provision of our, like, if I'm looking for a partner who can provide for me, then first I need to be able to provide for myself. That way when my partner comes, it's not like my partner is filling a void, but they actually there for a union, you know, and we can commune together.
yes, absolutely. One of that characteristics is the goal that you are translating your soul continually. That is so true
So
because
true.
I could look back on an experience that I had when at one point, trust me, I was at a stage where, though, to be honest, I didn't think I really loved myself. I was seeking for love, and Jobless
Hmm.
always says, when you seek for love, all you find is more lovelessness.
Lovelessness. Yeah.
Yes, loneliness. Trust me,
Yeah.
because I remember I put my heart and soul in someone that is said he loved me, and Lord of mercy. When that person walked away, my whole world crumbled. If I
Hmm.
wasn't strong, I probably wouldn't be here right now. And I'm looking back and I laugh and I say, wow, so back then when person will say, oh, you maybe have low self-esteem or you don't love yourself, you say, no, 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 I love myself. But now that you really love yourself, you
Yeah.
understand? You look back and say, wow, if it was now, that would never, never happen. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Most
So you
definitely.
can look at yourself and say it was a time when I didn't love myself, but it's not that I
Yeah.
didn't love myself. I didn't know how to accurately love myself. Like, I was just loving myself the way everybody else did, and I wasn't taking the time to do it my way. You know, I was just, the love was coming from wherever it could come from, you know? So
Yeah.
once you stay true to you, and you put you first, and it's like, I gotta remain here, so no matter what happens, I can't change who I am, and I can't, you know what I'm saying, like, compromise. Like, the guy, I can't compromise, best perfect word, yeah. I can't compromise on who I am. We were talking in a live the other day, Goddess, when the man said, so if you meet a man that's balanced and he can check off most of the boxes, and I told him, no, you got to check every box. It's not most of the
Yeah,
boxes. You got to check every box. It cannot
you
be
got
most
that.
of the box. You have
You
to
got this.
check
You got it.
every box, you know? So
Mhm.
it's no compromise. If it's 10 boxes and you got 9 boxes, it ain't it's not it. That's not it. It's got to be a
No,
perfect match.
gotta be a perfect match.
When you say jobless, 100.
Yeah,
As I was saying the other day, 50-50 or whatever, and jobless each need to get 100, and that is so true. You can't cheat the grind, right, jobless? As you
you
say in your
can't keep
song,
it there,
100.
That's
Yes,
what it
because what
is.
you put out, you're going to get back. And that is why we always get hurt. I am telling you, because listen, man, we're always doing and doing, and expect, say, when we are doing this, we're going to get it back from that person like that. And trust me, you know why this always happen to us? It's just because
Mhm.
we don't appreciate and we don't love ourselves, we don't accept ourselves. Because whatever we should be acting out of love. So whatever we do, we
Yeah,
just do it unconditionally from the heart. We
yeah,
do that. It's done right there. If you don't thank me for it or whatever, it's okay. I just know where I'm at with you. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
But it wouldn't hurt me so much because I'm there doing what I'm doing out of love. But because really and
yeah.
truly, these persons are not really acting out of love, that is the
Mm-mm,
problem.
mm-mm,
Trust
But you
me.
mm-mm.
you know, go ahead. Is he speaking? You speaking, Bliss?
No, no, I'm just saying, I was just
No, I was
agreeing to
going.
what Beatrice was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that when I give or when I perform or when I do, I never want it in return in the same way. And I tell people all the time, don't bring me back the seed. If I give you $100, don't pay me back. You keep that $100. That's my gift of love. That's my investment. I know that if you don't pay me back, I'm gonna get paid back in multiple ways. You understand what I'm saying? So when I do things, I don't want payback. I don't want no gratitude. I don't want no credit because I'm not in debt. People always be like, well, they trying to take your credit, but I don't need credit. I'm not in debt. You know what I'm saying? So people who are in debt are the ones who need credit for
Yo,
things. I don't need no credit. So
hey,
when I give and when I do it strictly out of love because I know that when you do it like that, the ways that you receive is so generous that you be like you said, yeah, you be like, wow, like I wouldn't expect like wow, wow, like every day,
like,
all day
wow.
is just like wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. It's just like yesterday when I was live playing the music and someone came on and said, "Boy, Grace, you've been doing good for so long. When they are going to reward you?" I'm like, I get my reward every day. I get my
Every
reward
day,
every
all
day.
day is rewarded. Every day, all day is rewarded. And
I'm
that's
still
what the
hearing
God has
it.
just said. Givers never lack. We don't lack anything. And I spoke in the live earlier and I told them, like, I always speak from overflow. I always feel like I have more
Yeah.
than enough. I never see lack. I never see lack.
All right, look at this. Even my new song, I'm writing a new song, right? And I'm saying in the song, the rich say them rich, but them still suffering, right? Them eating every day,
Yeah.
but them still starving. They say they're living, but they're dying,
Mm,
right? For righteousness, they are longing.
Mm,
Yes,
mm.
I'm telling you
Yeah.
this
mm,
one and one. So,
Fire.
me,
Big
we
fire
are
right
we
there.
find ourselves and we are contented. Many people have
Mm,
all the money in the world.
mm.
Trust me, I'm sure they're not in the same state of mind as we do. I'm
Listen.
telling you.
mm,
Listen, I said when I was making, okay, there was a time in my life when I was making $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month. I'm talking about 20K, 30K
Yeah,
every month. But the emptiness, you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, now I
I've
got
been
all this
there.
money and I'm
I've been
empty.
there.
Like the
I've been there.
emptiness.
I've been there.
The
Trust me, I've been
emptiness
there.
that comes along with it is like so unsatisfying that you could almost cry. You know what I'm saying? So what I had to realize that yes, when I chased money, money came, right? Like when I was hustling and grinding and I was getting it, you know what I'm saying? It came. but it
Yeah.
came at the expense of everything else I had. It came at the expense of my happiness, my joy, my peace, my
Mm-hmm.
strength, my kindness. It came at it like I was so tired. I didn't have self control. Like it came at the expense of the fruit of my spirit. Like I literally had to trade in the fruit of my spirit to have it. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to get to a point where I realized, yeah, this ain't what I really want. Like I would rather be
I've been there.
content and have the things that I need, you know what I'm saying, than to have a whole lot of money and this big emptiness inside of me, you know?
That is it. That is it. That is it. You see? I can relate to that as well. Hi, Tony. Five. How you doing? Jobless, maybe you need to talk about the flower on this live again.
She said, tell them you the flower, Bliss. You want to hear it.
You know, you know, we can't, yes, because, I
But
mean,
the thing is that I was chasing the bread and I didn't realize I was the flower. So when we bring up bread and flour, which is something that's new to me since I met, Bliss, when we talk about it like that, I realized that what I was trading in was the flour for the bread. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trading in who I was to have something outside of me, and that's where the emptiness was coming from. It was very, 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 very empty. Very empty. And that's why millionaires and billionaires still unalive themselves every day. You have people and
Exactly.
you be like, how could you have all this money? You got all this fame, you got all this attention, you can come and go as you please, like the world is at your fingertip, and you still not happy.
I'm still not happy.
But it's
That is so
because
true.
that, that righteousness that they seek is not outside, it's inside.
That is it. That is it. 100%. That's why I was saying,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
go ahead, Jobless.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was saying, teach a man how to fish, is what me I say, because if you're just, like every time he comes and you give him fish, he's always gonna want fish. But listen to me, if you, if you give him a net, that fish is always gonna run out, I should say, right? Always gonna run out and coming back to you all the time. He's always gonna be dependent. But if you show
Mhm.
him how to fish and give him a net to fish, trust me, he become a fisherman. He
Mhm.
teaching other people how to fish, and he will
And
never
we
be able to
give,
fish because he have that net to go and fish whenever he wants to fish. So you
yeah,
don't have to depend on you no more. You understand? You'll
yeah,
be going to teach somebody else how to fish. So that's the beauty about it, When
yeah,
Chablis says the flour is the main source. I rather to give people the flour than you coming to me telling me you want the bread and biscuit and
yeah,
you want bread. I rather to give you the flour. Get what I'm saying?
yeah. And don't
Grand
bring me the
rising.
flour back, Don't bring me the
Grand
flour back.
Rising,
Bring me some bread back.
Grand
Grim
Rising to
rising
all.
goddess.
As I'm
Grand rising.
listening to Kinney Pops, I'm thinking of a professor that had came
Grand
in,
rising, grand rising.
that came into the room and asked for everyone to write down all their property, all their assets, number everything they had. And of course, his list outweighed everybody else's. And he says, I want to tell you when I was making it to the top. People I broke bread with, I refrained from because I was so focused on making it. He says, today I have many homes and no one to share it with. I have many cars and no one to give a ride to.
Mhm.
He says, the only wish I have right now is that my phone would ring, someone to talk to. He says,
Mhm.
it's better you're without it and have a life than to have it and have no life and no inner peace and no love. So he was basically trying to tell us that, yes, it's nothing wrong with striving, but you must also remember those people that that are striving with you, and not to forget and not to get swollen in your head that thinking you have arrived, because at the end of the day he has truly arrived but with no one.
Mhm.
Wow.
And his
And that's
only
what
wish,
I'm
like I said before, he
yeah.
said, my only, and you could hear the heartbreak in his voice when he said it, I wish my phone would ring.
Mhm.
Oh,
So we
And you
have to
know what
be
the
mindful.
reality is that when you chasing it like that, you get so busy that you stop answering the phone. So people stop calling. They like, "Oh, you ain't never got time to talk, so I'm just not going to call." So inadvertently we push people away because we chasing this tangible object and we putting it at this price above the spirits and the souls that we have around us, the energies that we have around us. So, and that's what I mean when I say I had to trade the fruit of my spirit. Like I had to trade my entire existence and who I was for that. And you realize that once you get it, yeah, you just got it and that's it. Like you got a house. Okay, now I got more bills. I got a car, now I got more bills. Like everything that to whom much is given, much is required. So you gotta really know what you want, and you gotta know what the requirement is for what you're gonna be given. Because sometimes the price just be too high. When I looked around at everything that I had acquired, I had to do another trade, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to give it all back now. Let me have my soul back. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't take it like this. I need my soul back. I had gave up my livelihood for money, for paper, because I was chasing a dream, that you gotta be wealthy and you gotta be this to even be recognized or be appreciated. It was a lack of love for myself until I realized that I just had to be me, like I am everything I need to be. So that's when the chase stopped. That's when the chase stopped.
wow.
But that what the goddess said is very beautiful because that professor, he faced the same harsh reality I had to face. That money just can't buy love and happiness.
Hmm. As you talk about that, money can buy love and happiness. I remember me when I was in high school. I wanted was to fit in so much. So what I used to do, I used to take money to school, more than enough, take to school. I used to buy my friends lunch and all of that just to fit in with them. But the more I try, is the more resentment. Lord of mercy. It just never work. And I would just get my heart broken over and over and over again. I always wonder why. Because, I love people and I'm kind, and why this always happening to me? It happened to me for a long time until I find myself. I'm telling you.
I was
You
basically
understand me?
saying thank
Until I
you for
find
having me. I can't stay here too long. I just take a look a moment. Truly was being quiet. But thank you
okay,
for
yeah,
having me, and you all have a most
you're welcome.
wonderful, productive, and rewarding
Yeah,
day.
thank you for sharing, goddess.
Thank
That was
you.
You're
beautiful.
Same
Thank
to
welcome.
you.
thank you so
Have a
much.
good day.
Thank you. Yes.
Goddess grace is like we live the same life in a different form, because the same way, just overcompensating all the time just to have somebody who would appreciate you.
Yeah.
But it gets exhausting. It gets exhausting, and then you be like, excuse my language, but F it. I don't care if nobody likes me at this point. Like I'm better off without it. If I gotta work that hard for your love, or if I gotta work hard at all, if I gotta put any effort in, because I don't feel like it's if you love me, you just gonna love me for who I am. I shouldn't have to do no work. So
We
if
do
I
all of
gotta
that
work
all the
to earn
time.
it, I don't want it. I just don't want it.
Yeah, we do all of that just to to get accepted by other people. But as I said, when you come to know yourself, appreciate yourself, love yourself, know who you are, just do you. You get what me I say? People have to accept you for you. You shouldn't be forcing people to accept you. Trust me, that's not how the way it goes. You understand me? You just be you, and who wanna
Yeah,
accept you, who wanna love you, and you just cut and go through
that's
because
it.
say, guess what? You know who you are. Yeah, you understand. Don't be a people pleaser, because if you are a people pleaser, you are just setting up yourself to get more heartbreaks over and over again. And
Oh
the thing
yeah.
about it, we know sometimes, I wouldn't say sometimes, we know when we do what we do and people don't appreciate us and whatever, we know who is into us and who is not into us. And we keep on like forcing ourselves in these people's lives and we see what happening. But I think we don't want to be alone. We don't accept ourselves. We don't love ourselves. So this is what we get. You
Yep.
understand? When you're seeking whatever you're seeking outside of yourself, this is what you get. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ariel, big up yourself. Love, peace, and respect. Welcome.
Yeah,
For
I
real,
like
man,
people
validation
pleasing
comes from
also.
within. So even if you tell me have to hear it within myself, you know. So when you tell me have to hear it and feel it, and know say, yeah, mm, she
Mm-hmm.
just remind me of who me is. Wow. She just remind me of what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, but it never come from you. It still come from me because it's within me. Me hear it. We just think me I hear it outside of me. But
Mm-hmm.
no, it's because we don't understand and know say, yo, we are just pure energy, vibrating, functioning, and frequency.
Yes.
So when we don't understand it from that place, then that's what causes the confusion. Oh, he told me this, him tell me that. No, 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 no.
Yeah, and that's why I say anything that somebody tell us should be a confirmation. You shouldn't be coming telling me no new information about me. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, God told me to tell you this, or I had a dream. Don't, don't,
I always
don't
say
be
that,
talking.
Deborah. I
Listen,
always
I
say
tell
that. I
people all
always
the
say that.
time, if God, unless God is two faced, you know what I'm saying, and a backstabber, then he should not be talking to you about me without talking to me about me first. Like, so why are you receiving information about me that I'm not receiving about me? That don't even make sense to me. So,
I
hey.
always say